All right, let's jump right in. We're breaking down Deloitte's latest State of AI report. And honestly, the findings are pretty eye-opening. You see, while AI is exploding everywhere in the workplace, there's this massive untapped edge that most companies are just completely missing. So what is it? Let's find out. And we are not going to waste any time. In the next few minutes, you're going to get the need-to-know briefing. We're talking about the critical insights from over 3,000 business leaders that really show what's happening in AI right now. So here's what we're going to cover. First, just how fast AI is really being adopted. Second, the number one thing that's holding companies back. It's a huge gap that separates the innovators from everyone else. And finally, we'll look at 3 game-changing trends that are about to hit big time. Okay, so let's kick things off with the big picture. We have absolutely hit a tipping point. I mean, AI is no longer some little experiment locked away in the IT department. Nope, it's quickly becoming a tool for, well, for everybody. And the speed of this change is just wow. In only 1 year, the number of workers with access to company-approved AI tools shot up by 50%. Think about that. It went from under 40% to nearly 60%. That's not just growth. That's a full-on sprint into the mainstream. But here's where it gets really interesting, because this is the central tension of the whole report. While pretty much everyone is using AI, there's this huge divide in how they're using it. And this, right here, this is the difference between making small tweaks and actually changing the game. You know, most companies are stuck over here on the left side, just using AI for efficiency. Doing the same old stuff, just a bit faster or a bit cheaper. But the real leaders, they're way over on the right. They're using AI to completely reimagine their business, to invent totally new ways of working. That is the untapped edge they're talking about. So the big question is, where is this all going? Well, the report points to 3 major trends on the horizon, the next frontiers, really, that are already reshaping the AI landscape. And honestly, every business leader needs to get their head around these. First up is something called sovereign AI, and this is a massive strategic shift. Suddenly, it's not just about what your AI can do, it's about where it was built and whose data it's running on. We're seeing nations and huge companies scrambling to build their own AI capabilities so they're not so dependent on foreign tech. And don't think this is some abstract future problem. The data is clear. 2/3 of leaders are already saying they're moderately to extremely concerned about being too reliant on foreign AI. This is a conversation that's happening in boardrooms right now. Okay, next up, agentic AI. And this is a huge leap forward. We're moving away from AI as just a tool that gives you suggestions. Now we're talking about AI as an autonomous agent, something that can reason, plan, and actually take action on its own to get complex things done. And just look at this adoption curve. It's almost a vertical line. Today, about 1/4 of companies are using agentic AI. But in just 2 years, that number is projected to triple, hitting a whopping 74%. These autonomous systems are on track to be everywhere in the enterprise. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. While everyone is rushing to adopt these things, the rules and guardrails to manage them are way, way behind. Only about 1 in 5 companies says they have mature governance for these systems. That huge gap between power and control, that's a massive risk waiting to happen. All right, the third and final trend is physical AI. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's where AI literally breaks out of the digital world and moves into our physical spaces. It's about powering robots and machines that can see, understand, and actually interact with the real world around them. Think about autonomous robots zipping around a warehouse, or those collaborative cobots working right alongside humans on an assembly line. This isn't science fiction. Physical AI is already here, completely reshaping industries like manufacturing, logistics, and defense by putting smart automation right into their physical operations. So, what does all of this mean for you and your business? Well, it brings us right back to that core choice we talked about at the beginning. All 3 of these incredible trends, sovereign, agentic, and physical AI, they can all be used for just simple efficiency. But their real power, the untapped edge, lies in transformation. The report puts it perfectly. It says, now is the time to be visionary, reshaping organizational structures, roles, and workflows in ways that may not have been possible before. This is a call to action. The opportunity isn't just to do the same things better. It's to do fundamentally new things. It's about rethinking how work gets done, period. Of course, we've just scratched the surface here. This has been a really quick briefing. If you want to go deeper on all these findings, you can download the full PDF of the report. The link is right there on your screen. So I'll leave you with the one question that I think every leader needs to be asking themselves right now, as AI gets embedded into everything you do. Is your strategy built just for efficiency, for optimizing what you already have? Or is it built for true business reimagination, for inventing a completely new future? The choice you make is going to define everything that comes next. Thanks for tuning in.